And welcome back to What If Goku Was Adopted, landed on the lookout and was adopted by Kami, Part 7. Last time on the Dragon Ball Z What If, Goku had hit the legendary status of, let's just call it Super Saiyan for now. We know it as Super Saiyan 4, I dub it as Super Saiyan Primal, but through circumstances, Goku raged out against this. If I'm remembering correctly how I ended the last one, I do believe Tien got killed or was, brutally wounded or something like that. And this led to Goku tapping into the rage, but ultimately calming it down, and Kari turns into Super Saiyan Primal. I do always explain that this is kind of the logical step in my mind. Kari with a tail, ultimately, I think, is a way to get to Super Saiyan 4 canon-wise. But that's just my theorization. That's why I do it. But meanwhile, we cut back to, the field where Goku's finally just transformed. The power's radiating off from that moment. And his power level, remember, I had him at 80,000. Again, no true multiplier exists for Super Saiyan 4. The common adage is it's 10 times that of Super Saiyan 3. So it's about 4,000 times base. And I do like that number. There are other explanations saying it's like dozens of times stronger and all that, but whatever. We go with the 4,000 times because it's easy math. And it's a big number. So Goku is, just powered up. And so his power level is around 320 million. Which dwarfs, it's nearly 3 times that of Frieza's full power. But he's radiating power. Everyone's just there. It's like, what is this form? And just feels that all too real chill down his spine. And Goku's just looking and saying, You don't have honor. And gut checks him. Just you don't have mercy, empathy. No, you take and destroy everything in your sight. Well, no more, Frieza. You've dug your own grave. And he just starts not truly murdering at this point, but murdering this man. Just taking his vengeance out on him. Meanwhile, Vegeta, Raditz, and Nappa are just like, what? It can't be. Could he possibly? I don't know why I'm British with Raditz, but could he possibly be? It can't be, Vegeta. He's the legendary Super Saiyan. And Vegeta just kind of like goes into a bit of delirious laughs. To think, after all this time, Frieza's finally getting what's coming to him. My only regret is I'm not the one doing it. But to think, a low-class warrior like him, to reach this power, how could he do it? And Frieza and Nabbits are now kind of backing up, just say, back up into the ship. Go get in the ship. And they're backing into the ship. Although, meanwhile, the remaining of Frieza's men just kind of like, don't you stand there, you imp! They take fools! Help me! And that's right, help the Frieza, fire! Just firing out, but, Yamcha, Krillin say, oh, no, you don't! And they're taking out the remainder of the men. You think you're so powerful? I'm only at 54. I'm only at half my strength, Saiyan. You do well to remember who you're dealing with. Then use your full power, Frieza. And I'll show you just how outclassed you really are. You be careful what you wish for, monkey. Very well then. Yeah, and he powers up to his full power. Goku, what are you doing? I know you're powerful, but he's reaching this. Well, but he's about to reach his full power. I know. I know. I'm gonna beat him at his best. Don't worry, King Kai. I'm letting him go. I can sense how powerful he is, and you can sense how powerful I am. He's not getting away from this, no matter what. So, monkey, let's see how you handle this. And unlike in the original, where him and Goku were only about 30 million apart in terms of power, so it was a bit more of an even fight for a while. No, Frieza's Goku's just just go, just starts dodging him, just boop into boop. What? Just. I told you, Frieza, you will not get away from this. And just Goku's just starting to show him, like, just kind of being merciless with him. This is over. You will not hurt anyone else. No, You stupid monkey, I'll destroy this planet. As he prepares to I'll waste this planet. And then Goku just Kamehameha, die! It just disappears, pure speed, 9's transmission, just boom, comes in, throws the ball. The ball just gets absorbed, just like it did with the spirit ball. No! And Frieza's just gone. And so, yeah, Goku's now just, powers down, and everyone's just in there, and Vegeta, Radz, and Nappa are in the ship at this point. Goku's a little woozy, just like, whoa, that was intense. What was it? Your power, man, Goku, that was incredible. And he we're not done yet, though. And he walks over to the ship. And he can't right now. He can't really. He can feel the power. And he feels like with practice he'll be able to reach back into it. But right now he's just looking on. And he's like, "Well, Vegeta, Nappa, Raditz, what's it gonna be? We surrender. We're surrender, Kakarot. We will not. We will leave your planet in peace. We swear. We swear. You swore last time. Why should I trust you this time? Because we know we can't match. Because we know we can't do anything against you. We promise, really." And Vegeta's just looking at, he's got, on my pride, I swear we will not come back. Goku's just looking, fine, just know. And he goes into a car just to kind of prove the point. You know what will happen if you come back here. And he just phases out of there. Now leave. Now. And right, and, the few Frieza members are like, get the ship started, go! And they head off. And meanwhile, they use the Dragon Balls, bring Tien back. Everything's golden. And they're all at the lookout. It's like, my word, that was quite... You always did mention you felt there was something beyond the Ikari power, as you dubbed it. Yeah, I guess that's right. I'm going to have to practice more and train pretty hard with this power, huh? The time chamber is still available to you, Goku. You could use it. Yeah, that's a good point. Besides, and I'm going to make this a little bit of a change, because it did happen with Dende. They altered the chamber. Chaozu and I, besides, Chaozu's time is coming, and mine is ending. What do you mean? Kami, what do you mean? It's like, my time on this, the time as Guardian is nearly up. I don't have many years left in me, Goku. And Chaozu has accepted the role of new Guardian, and I've been training him on the subject. He'll still be a few months, maybe a year or so before the change is complete. But, yes, I will. But once that happens, Chaozu will be able to reset the chamber according to his own will and power. So you should be able to get more uses out of it beyond this last one. So I encourage you, Goku, use the chamber to its fullest extent. But Kami, that means, but that with you, that would mean, yes, I will die, Goku. I will fade away. What is no, Kami, we can't. You can't. Goku. This is the first time in years Goku has felt anything like this, because after dealing with that, there was a lot of emotion going. He lost his best friend. They got him back, but now Kami's telling him, like, yeah, I'm gonna be dying soon. And this is the man who, along with Popo, raised him. It's like, Kami, Goku, we prepared you for this when you brought you to the lookout. Death is only just another means to an end. Yeah, and it's another door to a new beginning. It'll all work itself out in the end. You'll always be with us, and I will be with you. But it's like, Goku's just, why is it? I understand. Besides, the time isn't now. There's still plenty of time. Right. And so, yeah, the Goku and the gang kind of, relax for a little bit, because I think it's also because, like Goku died, so he's able to get another time in the hyperbolic time chamber. Because remember, Goku had been in there once before as a kid in Dragon Ball in the canon, and he should have only had one time prior, but he ended up dying and would have had 2 extra times still. So dying helps, because Tien was killed. And again, if that didn't happen, I'm saying that happened. I honestly, I can't remember what I did in the last part. I should have checked prior, admittedly, but I think that's what I did. Anyway, so Tien does get some more time in the chamber as well. So Goku and him are training up really hard, spending the time in there. Yamcha and Krillin also want to get another time in the hyperbolic time chamber, seeing as basically they all want to get some time in there because, yeah, it's basically going to reset with Chaozu, and they want that extra chance to, and so they'll have it available in case they need it. So meanwhile, we'll talk about what happens with the training afterwards. Meanwhile, Vegeta and the others are just, contemplating what they're doing. Saying, "What are we going to do now, Vegeta? We could run. We could run this. We could run Frieza's entire empire. As much as the idea and as much as I'm for the idea, there's still things in the way. The Ginyus and Cold himself. That's right, Cold's still around. Well, I mean, what's your plan, Vegeta? Well, what are we gonna do? We just gonna serve under Cold? Yeah, he always was a bit of a better. That's a sentence. Always was a bit of a better benefactor than Frieza was. That's for certain. Actually, I've had a thought about that. I swore to Kakarot on my pride we wouldn't return to Earth, and I meant that. I will not go against my pride. But that doesn't mean we can't pit them against the other. What do you mean? I think we should inform the father of the passing of the son, don't you? It's like, you're saying, wait, I get what you're saying. That's right. He'll either kill Kakarot for us, or Kakarot will kill him. Either way, it's a win-win. And they're just, it's not a bad idea. Till then, we've been slacking. All these years, we've only been getting stronger through battles. It's time we start training ourselves, boys. And so, they let King Cold know. And King goes, I see, my darling little boy is gone. Oh, how sad. Tell me, Vegeta, how did this happen and why? And then he explains, a Super Saiyan, you say? Another Saiyan. Of course, we would never betray you, Lord Cold, or King Cold. It was this other Saiyan. He was not among us. He's my brother, King Cold. And if I'm to be honest, I am regretful for his behavior. Oh no, you three have always been loyal. I've tried loyal to Frieza, and quite effective at what you do. Could never be mad at you. Although you are the only Saiyans within reach for me to vent towards. Unless, of course, you point me to this other Saiyan. Yes, he's on Earth. Set a coordinates for Earth. Now, King Cold is arguably even stronger than Frieza in his android form. And we know he's only in the second form. Now, in the series, he never did transform past that point, and we never saw him in, the fourth, the lowest suppressed form. We never saw that either. That said, it is very much implied that because we saw Frieza transformed, he probably had forms beyond that, because we know that's not his real form, and that his power was literally, he was either a little lower or a little above Frieza's android form. So, and I believe Aki Toriyama did come out and say that if he had done a final form for Cooler, it would have been on par with Semi-Perfect Cell, which is actually really nuts when you think about it. Had he decided to do that, Trunks would have been screwed, which is very interesting. And that's probably a what-if in and of itself. So Cold is on his way. And that's it. Do those guys ever give up? Goku, Kami! We have problems. What is it now, King Kong? Frieza's destroyed, but he was killed. But the father is reaching the Earth. He'll be here soon. His ship is far more advanced. How soon? A week at most. A week. And luckily, Goku and Tien and all of them been training in their block time chamber. So when they get out, the Kami say, "It seems there is no rest for the wicked, Goku. Money doesn't grow on trees." It's like, wait, well, I mean, Kami, I have bills to pay and mouths to feed. Ain't nothing in this world for free, Tien. Well, I can't slow down. I'm okay. I'm stopped. It seems Frieza's father is on his way. Now, I haven't really kind of pinpointed where this is in the timeline exactly. It's not quite. It's still a little ways before Trunks shows up. So when Trunks shows up, he's going to be surprised that there's no one there. Or Trunks is the son of Goku and Bulma. Who knows? But anyway, no, that would still be Gohan. Because no, actually, he doesn't raise by Gohan in this case. His name might actually be Trunks in this case. And it's all depending on whether I go with the canon Trunks reaching the multiverse timeline, or if I go with the multiverse Trunks, which is the son of Bulma and Goku. Either way, when they get out the time chamber again after, they're getting their second run, Yamcha and Krillin are now, roughly speaking, even. Krillin, I think, actually is a bit stronger than Yamcha at this point. Actually, I think I already had him as stronger than Yamcha. I think. Either way. So with 10 times training as intense as they did, they're probably now evened up to about 100,000 for Krillin, maybe 90,000 for Yamcha. Tien is sitting because he was training with Goku as well, testing out Super Saiyan Primal form. He's now sitting probably at a very nice, comfortable 300,000. Goku has gotten the most training out of this. A lot of it's with his Super Saiyan Primal form. And he's now hitting, plus adding Kaioken, because we know you can use Kaioken on Super Saiyan 4. But Goku doesn't want to go beyond just this, like a double if he can, just for the strain it still puts on his body. So Goku is now, I want to say, probably at even million at this point. So they're spending time. Bulma's like, Goku, where have you been, you bad boy? Yeah, sorry about that. And they're spending time. I was like, well, but babe, it's like, yeah, sorry, I'm sorry, Tia. Look, it's all right. Just treat her right. Just treat her well, okay, man. I promise. I'll promise to do my best. I'll promise to treat her like she deserves to be treated. Yeah, no problem, right? We good? It's like, we good, dog. And then they sense it, and they sense King Cold's power, and they're me like, ooh, that's a lot more power than Frieza had. And they immediately head out there, and sure enough, King Cold's laying. But Goku actually is like, Goku, because remember, Goku likes a good fight, but even he knows his primal form can take him on. His primal form can do the job. And furthermore, and he can handle the Kaioken times 20 if he needs to, by the way. Just like he did in the original. It's going to kill his body in base form. But it is stronger than, say, Kari. But more importantly, it's like Goku knows, like, I got to take care of this right now. So he shows up, and he shows up in his primal form, and their sensors are just blowing up because 4,000 times a million, just for you folks who'd like some basic math lessons, is 4 billion. So, yeah, it's like Goku just eclipses them. And there's like, I see. And Cold gets out there. It's like, I see. So you're the one who killed my son. The son. He left me no choice. I'm giving you this one opportunity. Leave now and never come back, or I will kill you. Like I did your son. I see. Well, you may think you're stronger than me now, but I've still got Ace of Gold. Let me guess, you'll transform to your final form. Is that right? Your true form? Your son did that and failed. But I'm not my son. No, you're not. Fine, show me. Goku, seriously! And he does, and he goes into that full form, which, let's say, is semi-perfect cell levels of power. And while Goku still can easily handle him, it's not like one of those levels of power where it's like, hey, I'm just going to bitch slap you around. He could still give Goku it's kind of like Vegeta versus semi-perfect or perfect cell, where Vegeta, when he really put all of his effort into it, could hurt semi-perfect cell, but it took all of his energy to do so. Goku, it's similar here, where if King Cold really wanted to, he could injure Goku with all of his power and everything like that, but he couldn't kill Goku. And furthermore, Goku's not going to give him that chance. Ultimately, Goku just, again, doesn't even give too much of a smack and just boom, punches the hole straight through him. He's like, I learned a lesson from your son. And he just, I'm not going to give you this satisfaction. And this time, he just blows up the entire ship. Just boom, everyone on there. It's like, Goku, it's like there could have been. Well, I mean, was there any like innocent people on there or anything like that? They were all working for him under his command. I couldn't risk it. Yeah. Well, do you feel bad? I mean, do you feel bad? And Goku actually powers down. It's like, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I might have gone a little overboard on that one. For all I know, they were working under him because they were ordered to, not because they wanted to. Still, it's done. And Goku's now contemplating. Yeah, darn it. Maybe I should ask Shenron to wish some of them back, but I wouldn't know who to wish. They talk about it, and they're like, oh, well, I mean, it's a bit difficult to deal with. So Goku wrestles with that for a while. Ultimately, he talks about it with Kami. He's like, you did what you needed to do, Goku. Well, it's true. Some of them might have been innocents, or innocent employees, let's say. It was still something that you felt needed to be done. They still were working for Frieza on the Cold. Now, that said, that includes individuals like Sorbet or stuff like that. He may even had the Ginyus there on the ship waiting just in case. In fact, I would actually believe he would have done that. He would have called the Ginyus in. So he actually wasted the Ginyu Force too, I'm going to say. Because otherwise, I'll be honest, I don't know really what to do with them. I mean, they could be working under Vegeta and the others, given enough time. They could. Speaking of which, as they're like getting trained up, like Vegeta through a lot of training and Raditz and Nappa through a lot of training, Vegeta's now hit roughly, say, his the V jump power level 250 after like a year's worth of time and training and extreme measures. Raditz now has actually surpassed Nappa because Nappa's just a much older Saiyan, so he's getting older, so it's just not as easy for him to get stronger. He still clearly was able to fight in his prime for a long while, but we know he was getting a lot older. So, Raditz is probably more around like the 100,000, and Nappa's probably hitting like Krillin Namek level Saga 75,000. However, Nappa and Raditz still have their tails, which still make them technically stronger than Vegeta if need be. But Vegeta threatens that if they ever try to go ape on him, he will cut their tails off in an instant. Plus, and he mentions that, plus it's important for us to try to, and he's been trying. Vegeta's been trying to hit Akari on his own. And I think that's something that he ultimately would hit, not Super Saiyan on his own, because tapping into the Saiyan, the Great Ape form, is, I think, a bit more of a natural process than hitting Super Saiyan. Although you could argue that maybe if he ever reaches Goku, he hits Super Saiyan instead of hitting Akari. But that required like that catalyst, that Saiyan Rage catalyst, and all that. And I don't think Vegeta has that at this point. Although his pride and all that, and being bested by Kakarot, maybe. I don't know. I'm flipping now when I say it out loud about the Akari versus Saiyan, Super Saiyan thing. Maybe like Vegeta actually hits Super Saiyan at some point. In fact, I'm actually now thinking that I think it's a good contrast between him and Goku, that Vegeta is the one that gets Super Saiyan first. It's going to be a while before they ever meet again because they're off busy running the Empire now. But we cut now later on where Goku and Bulma have ultimately a year later gotten married, had a kid, and it's Trunks. And then they have the meeting. Then Trunks shows up, sees that Frieza's not there. He's like, where is everyone? And goes to Capsule like, Goku! Is Goku? Oh, hey, Goku. Is like, wait. Now the question is, am I using main canon timeline, or am I using Trunks or am I using this this multiverse timeline? I honestly think I'm going to use this multiverse timeline. So when he gets this, Goku, Dad, Mom, hi. It's like, wait, what? Because I want to say that this version of Bulma and Goku would have been smart enough to let Trunks know. It's like, yeah, that's not quite how multiverse works. Or Kami or someone, or Chaozu, or someone would have been like, don't worry, you can tell them it's not going to affect things too much. Because even you just showing up is affecting the timeline. So just go out and tell them. And yes, last but not least, Chaozu did ultimately replace Kami at this point. Kami has faded away, which means King Piccolo faded away too, being sealed away. So they're gone. But, like I said, they arranged something where using the Dragon Balls, they imparted the essence of Kami, the wisdom of Kami. Because I agree with a lot of people when I ask the question, I don't think you can Namekian fuse with a non-Namekian. But, that said, I do think using the Dragon Balls, they were able to impart the knowledge and wisdom and the attachment to the Dragon Balls in the Chaozu through the Dragon Balls. They made that wish. So now that the Chaozu is now basically the source of the Dragon Balls, his power in essence goes to Kami, or goes to the Dragon Balls, which do strengthen Dragon Balls to some degree. And I think I think it's still one wish, but the level of wishes you can grant are a little bit higher in this case. So yeah, that's what they do, and Chaozu is now Guardian, and Tien actually lives up there with Chaozu. And with that said, they now have the Arcbox Time Chamber again, so Tien again gets some training in there. I'd say, given the time period, Goku's probably now doubled, maybe even tripled his power. He's got his Namekian power levels going on, 3 million. Tien has barely managed to hit 1 million. Krillin and Yamcha hang out on Earth most of the time. They're not prepared yet for needing to do any training in the Arcbox Time Chamber again if they don't need to. But that's where we're leaving off with this world's timeline. Trunks meeting up with Goku and Bulma, his parents. So, thank you for watching, though. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, you want us to review something, put the comments below. Let us know the review at some point. Hit that bell if you want to be notified. As always, you want us to, anything you want us to do a video on, Star Wars, Superhero Magic, what if, anything to do with the channel, put that in the comments below. Let me know, because that at some point. Tomorrow is Pokemon Team and Box Office. And this week is Black Widow, finally. I'm looking forward to it, but finally. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Later, folks. I almost pressed the wrong button. Sorry about that.